Hey everyone, this is Kevin, your Aptrepreneur, and does anyone remember the very first video I uploaded to this website? You probably do because for a lot of people, that video is the very reason you are subscribed to this site. It was called Why You Should Not Deliver for Uber Eats, and I remember it going something like... When it comes to Uber Eats, you should not be on Uber Eats. Do not sign up for it. Do not even think about it. In theory and in general, all these apps allow tipping. Not Uber. Not Uber. Uber does not have a tip option on the app. Not only that, but if you look at all of the emails that they're sending out to people to get them to try Uber Eats, they are encouraging people not to tip the drivers. You need to tip. You need to drive for services that encourage people to tip. You can pick up that same order for Uber Eats. Uber Eats will not have the tip option. They will encourage the person not to tip, and you will not get tipped, and so that same order will net you $5. It's not worth it, folks. It is not worth it at all. Do not deliver for Uber Eats. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. And then, of course, Uber included tipping, and I had to update the video. I think it was something like... And I made a lot of passionate points against driving for Uber Eats, and almost all of them revolved around the fact that you couldn't get tips on Uber Eats. And a few people have emailed me now, and they have asked me if Uber adding a tipping option pertains to Uber Eats. Is Uber Eats still not worth doing? And my answer is, if there is a tipping option on Uber Eats, of course Uber Eats is worth doing. Yeah, so, okay, I made that video, I updated it, and I clarified my position on it, and I still get messages like this all the time. Like, all the time. Like, oh, you need to update this video, you need to take it down, and, you know, I can't respond to every single one and say, well, I did do an updated video, but I didn't take this one down. And I don't do that for a key reason. It is the most viewed video on the channel, and when you remove a huge hit like that, it messes with the algorithm, and it makes your channel growing a little bit more difficult. That's just the way it is. But I also don't want to remove articles because just because things have changed doesn't mean you should change the past. You shouldn't remove things from the past. You shouldn't not include, well, news stories because it happened, and those who don't learn from the past are doomed to repeat it. What's strange is, though, I didn't think I'd actually need to leave the video up because the company might actually go back to the problem. And let me explain. Because there is a YouTuber named Uberman Toma, I believe? Tomia. I don't know. I'm sorry if I butchered your name. But here's the thing. He sent me a video that he did. He was... I think from what this looks like, he was doing a how to order from Uber Eats and what you do and how you complete your order. And during the live demonstration of it, he was introduced with something a little shocking. And, well, let's take a look.
I open my app, and I have rate order. It's right there, plain as day, as I tell my people. So I'm going to go ahead and rate the order. Rob was fine. He was great. I'll give them 5 stars, although it wasn't that great. They could have given me a couple more tortillas, but that's okay. I'll say yes, because you know what? I'm not going to lose any sleep. Now, you notice the tipping screen. What is this? The tipping screen is gone, and I don't know why. That's really weird. Okay, we have a problem here, because I should be able to go in here and tip. So either he gave me a thumbs down for some reason, or... So I'm glad I did this because, you know, I've done this before a million times, and I have not had any trouble not tipping.
Oh, man. Uber. Okay, now, in all fairness, we don't know how widespread this is. But according to the video, This was recorded like a week and a half ago. Just a week and a half ago. And I didn't show the whole video. It's like 3 minutes, and it's a section of a longer video, I believe. But you can check it out below, and you can subscribe to his channel if you want. And I appreciate him for sending me it, even though I totally butchered his name. But that's a problem. That is a big problem. Because the thing is, I hinged my whole argument in the past. You don't deliver for Uber Eats because there's no tipping. It's just that simple. Like, when you have multiple food delivery services out there, why would you work for the one service that doesn't allow tipping? That didn't make any sense. But then people keep pointing out there is tipping, so it should be worth delivering for now, in theory. And yet, as we saw in that video, there was no way to tip. And he looked everywhere for it. Like, you have to watch the whole video, but he goes through great lengths to look for the tip option. And the only thing he can summarize just a little bit is, mate, did that guy give me a thumbs down? Because I've been able to tip in the past, and now I can't do it, and I can't find it. And he was showing it live, and he got frustrated. He got really frustrated, and I have to admit, I was getting frustrated too. So here's the thing. We don't know exactly why the tip option didn't show up, but the fact that it didn't show up is concerning. Now, if Uber is doing this as a way like he suspects, they give the customer a thumbs down, so they take away the tip option. That's pretty scummy. I mean, here's the thing. That guy could totally have a legitimate problem with the customer, but the customer could not have a problem with him, and I believe the customer should be allowed to tip. I don't, however, think that was the case. Now, is this a glitch? Maybe, but then on the other hand, in the Uber app, you typically have been allowed in the past to go to past orders and past rides and add a tipped on retroactively, especially since that's kind of the only way to do it. And the fact that it's not there is very, very concerning. Now, it should be noted that I have seen no promotional materials from Uber bragging about how tips are not needed or anything like that, so we don't know what's going on. And I'm even going to, later today or tomorrow, depending when you see this video, I am actually going to order something from Uber Eats myself, which is something I never do. And I'm going to do what he said. I'm going to have a couple dollars in cash, and I will tip him. But I'm going to live stream me completing the order, and we're going to see if I can tip him, because I want to see if it's happening here. The only reason I haven't done that first before making this video is because even if I can tip, it's pretty clear at least somewhere you can't be tipped on this. And I don't know why that would be. I don't know why there would be some places you could tip and some places you can't tip. But that is a very troubling thought, that Uber might actually be disabling the tip option on Uber Eats. Because, wow, did they learn nothing? Did they? Well, of course they don't learn anything. They haven't learned a damn thing in the last 2 years. I don't know what to think. I don't know what to think. I left the why you should not deliver for Uber Eats video up for prosperity's sake. It was my first video. It was my first major hit. And yet, it actually might be relevant again. And that's sad. But now I pass the question off to you. And I have to ask you now. Not that I recommend people just go out and buy Uber Eats just to test this out unless you absolutely want to. But have you noticed the tip option disappear? Or has there been like a way you could tip after the fact that this guy just didn't see? And of course, you're going to have to watch his video to find that out. And I would love to know what you think about that. So comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe if you enjoy the videos I make. Consider becoming a Patreon member for as little as $1 a month, although I know that there's a problem with Patreon, and I will make a video about that at some point. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.